The Grammy nominations are out, and it's time to start making predictions of who's going to win Best Metal Performance for 2025. And I have to say, the list is pretty stacked this year. In 2024, this year, we saw bands like Disturbed, Ghost, Slipknot, and Spiritbox get nominated for the Grammy, and Metallica taking it home for 72 Seasons. Taking a look at this year's nominees, I think it's going to be a very tight competition. We have Gojira, we have Judas Priest, we have Knocked Loose's collaboration with Poppy, Metallica once again, and Spiritbox. So on the list here for Best Metal Performance, we have Mea Culpa from Gojira, the song that they played at the Olympics, Crown of Horns by Judas Priest, Suffocate, Knocked Loose featuring Poppy, Screaming Suicide by Metallica, and Cellar Door by Spiritbox. This is going to be the second consecutive year that Spiritbox has been nominated for a Grammy, off of the same album, might I add. If that doesn't have something to say about women in metal, then I don't know what does. For 2024's Grammy nominations, we had Disturbed with Bad Man, Ghost with Phantom of the Opera, Slipknot with Hive Mind, Metallica with 72 Seasons, and Spiritbox once again with Jaded. Metallica did end up winning with 72 Seasons. Now the question that everybody's thinking right now is, who's going to take home the Grammy? For 2025's Grammy nomination, you have a lineup of two pillars of the metal scene. You have Judas Priest and you have Metallica. Now, you have some newer bands like Gojira and Knocked Loose and Spiritbox, and it's almost like the old guard versus the new guard. This is definitely emphasizing the newer generation of metal, and honestly, I really hope that some of the newer bands win. Like, I hope that Knocked Loose or Gojira or Spiritbox ends up taking home this Grammy. When you go back and you look at the previous nominees and the winners of a Grammy, you're going to see quite a few repeats. You're going to see Black Sabbath, Metallica, Slayer, Slipknot, Metallica, Tool, Deftones, Black Sabbath, Metallica, Tool, Slayer, 9 Inch Nails, Rage Against the Machine, Ozzy Osbourne, 9 Inch Nails, Metallica. Maybe it's time for there to be something new. Maybe it's time for a band that wasn't formed in the 80s to win something. Outside of gauging a song's popularity by its streams, something that I like to do is look at how many videos on TikTok have been made using a song. That kind of gives you an idea of how many people are creating content with it and how impactful it is in the content creation scene. That gives a pretty good idea of how popular or iconic a song is, or to a degree, how good of a little soundbite it has to be able to make a TikTok with. But something interesting that I was able to pull up is the Mea Culpa song by Gojira has 250 videos made by it. Cellar Door has 650, Crown of Horns has 386, and Suffocate has over 1,900 videos made on it. It's not exactly the best gauge of how popular a song is, because I can go on and look up and see that the Mea Culpa song by Gojira has had over 6 million streams on it, or roughly 6 million streams on platforms like Spotify. So there are different varies of influence, but I think it's important to look at and see who's having content made of their music the most. And as of right now, that is Knocked Loose. That doesn't mean that I necessarily think that Knocked Loose is going to win. I'd be tickled pink if they won, but personally, and this is my opinion, I think Gojira is going to take it home this year. Gojira is the only metal band to have played at the Olympics. The level of influence that the Olympics have, in my opinion, as a worldwide event is much higher than something like having a few million streams on Spotify, or, having 1,600 or 1,900 videos made about your song on TikTok. That doesn't mean I don't like the song. I just think that Gojira has the most oomph to it this year. Spiritbox is being nominated for Cellar Door, which is a song I love, and it regularly circulates in my playlist. Now, in the case of Spiritbox, this is the second consecutive year that a song off of the Fear of Fear album is going to be going up for a Grammy. That is insane. For two songs to be going up for Grammys from a 2023-based album, that is insane to me. And overall, I think it really goes to kind of tout the legitimacy of Spiritbox making its own space in the metal scene, or in metal as a, genre. And don't even get me started on the gripe about how come metal only has one category. For genres like rock, you get categories like Best Rock Performance, Best Rock Song, and Best Rock Album. Metal only has one. They only have one category and everybody has to duke it out in that category. And I don't think it's a fair representation of metal as a genre, especially because when you say performance, I don't know the judging criteria for the Grammys, but a lot of people could argue that performances like Sleep Token, that just won an award, would make a better fit on this list. But overall, we aren't going to be able to know who's going to win the Grammy until the Grammys happen, and so I'd like to know, who do you think is going to win the Grammy this year? Do you think it's going to be taken home by Judas Priest, Gojira, Spirit Box, or Knocked Loose? I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you want to get more poster content, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and join our Discord server where all of us engage with each other and talk about metal. Hope you guys enjoyed, and subscribe if you want more poser stuff.